Hey guys, it's Christy. Thank you so much for clicking on the channel. Tonight we are making some Texas chili, in my opinion, Texas chili. So we like to put quite a bit of seasoning in ours, and the heat level is kind of how you prefer it, on like how much of that particular seasoning you're gonna put in. So like I use red pepper flakes, but I also use jalapenos, but you can use different peppers with different spice levels and heat levels if you would prefer. My husband has made it with chili and adobo, and that was really spicy for me. So we kind of just stick to the medium, mild, sissy flavored, sissy temperature chili in our house, just because I can't handle a lot of heat. But like I said, you can always put more in of the spice that you would like to make it a little bit hotter. So it does require quite a few ingredients. So let me show you what we have here. So I'm going to be using 1 sweet onion, 1 jalapeno. I included the seeds in this. You can take the seeds out if you can't handle the heat from a jalapeno. And like I said, you could always use different peppers that have a higher heat index. Salt, pepper, oregano, a bay leaf, some cumin, red pepper flake, paprika, ground mustard, garlic, onion. I'm going to use garlic in the jar. I'm going to use dark red kidney beans, light red kidney beans, pinto beans, and tomato sauce. So I am doing a shortcut and using beans that are already canned for me, because we are making this dinner tonight. It will simmer for about 30 to 40 minutes to let all of the ingredients just melt together. And I'm using my Butcher Box ground beef. So it's like grass-fed, grass-finished ground beef from Butcher Box. So I do have some olive oil heating up in my Dutch oven. I'm just gonna do all of this on the stovetop though. So I'm gonna go ahead and put in my onion. Let me get you closer now. So I'm just going to, as you can see, my Dutch oven is very seasoned. I've had it for over a decade. I love it. So I'm just going to cook these onions for a minute or two, just until they get a little translucent. Unfortunately, I got some of the onion skin in here. I'm just getting that out. But I'm gonna give these a sweat down for about a minute or two, and then I'm going to just add the ground beef right on top of that. Okay, so my onions have a little bit of color on them. And all of this is gonna cook together, so I'm just gonna dump it in. I'm making quite a big pot here, so that we can have leftovers throughout the week. Alrighty, now that I have my meat and my onions broken up and cooked down a little bit, I'm gonna start seasoning, because you wanna season in layers. You wanna season, and then once your chili is done cooking, then you can see if you need to adjust your seasonings. So I can give you like a rough estimate of, like in a recipe, of how much I use. But like I said, it just depends on how much spice level you prefer. So that was like a tablespoon of the ground mustard. I'm gonna do about the same amount in the paprika. I really like smoked paprika. I just don't have smoked right now. I have regular, which will work. And then we're gonna do the oregano, about a teaspoon of the oregano. And it's chili, so don't be afraid to put seasonings in. I'm gonna do about a tablespoon of the cumin. And these are just to start with, so if I think it needs more, I will put more in. Okay, about another tablespoon of garlic. because we put a big old amount of the jarred garlic. I just like the flavors. Same amount with the onion. Salt and pepper, of course, to taste. We got a lot in here, so remember you might need a lot of seasoning. Salt. I'm gonna do about a teaspoon to start off with on the red pepper flake. So we just wanna kind of get these cooked in just a little bit. And then we'll get the hamburger meat cooked. And then we'll start putting in the tomato sauce and the jalapeno. Oh, I got a chunk that's not cooked off, or frozen still a little bit. Let me work on that. All right, guys, I've gotten most of the hamburger cooked down with the onion and the seasonings, and I'm going to add in the jalapeno at this point. And I did keep all the seeds, so like I said, if you're not a fan of jalapeno and their seeds, just de-seed them before you put them in. Alrighty, guys, so it is looking and smelling really good. At this point, I'm going to add in my tomato sauce. I'm using 3 15-ounce cans. And then, because I want all of that out, I'm going to get some water in one of these cans, and then it'll also loosen up our chili a little bit. If you have some homemade beef stock, that would be really good to use right now instead of like the water. So I'm just seeing like how tight my chili is right now to see if I want to add some more. Stirring it all together. Okay, so remember the beans that I'm using are canned and they're cooked, so I'm gonna go ahead and put them in because I'm only gonna let mine simmer for probably 30 minutes just to get all the flavors to marry. I used light red kidney beans, dark red kidney beans, and pinto beans. Those are the beans that I like to use in my chili. You can use different ones if you prefer. If you like the Great Northern beans, oh, those would be great in here too. Along with this, I'm going to make some cornbread, of course, right? What goes with chili? Cornbread. So I have my cast iron skillet in my oven, preheating to 400. I have a little bit of oil in with the pan. I'm not talented, I can't make my own cornbread mix. So I'm just using, hold on. I'm just using 2 boxes of the honey Jiffy cornbread mix. I really like this cornbread mix. When I do my cornbread stuffing for Thanksgiving, I just use not the honey, but the regular cornbread mix, and that's what I use for my base. I really like this brand. So let me get this whipped together while my cast iron is warming up, and then also we are simmering that chili. Guys, I put the lid on, put it on simmer and all that. I forgot to put the bay leaf in. 1 bay leaf going in. You know, it's a pretty big pot. I think I'm gonna put 2. And then we'll fish them out later when it's all done. Okay, I'll let this guy simmer for a bit and we're gonna make some cornbread. This cornbread mix could not be more simple. Just trying to think of some words. Super easy. Super simple. So you take the little box. I'm doing 2 boxes. So if you're doing 2 boxes, you're going to do 2/3. You just follow the directions on the back. 2/3 cup of milk, 2 eggs. You can always crack your eggs in another dish if you're on the lookout for impurities. And then you just mix it together. It's kind of a bit of a thick batter. but that's what you were looking for. I just go through and make sure that there's not too many lumps and that the egg is very well incorporated along with the milk. And there's no like dry corn mix like hiding out at the bottom. And I got the honey one tonight. It smells so good. I'm so excited. Okay, so I'm letting my cast iron skillet warm up inside the oven while it's preheating. So as soon as it goes off, I'll grab the skillet out and I'll put this in, and it's going in a 400 oven for whatever it says on the back, 13 minutes? Yep, 13 minutes. So we're just hanging out on the skillet. Okay guys, so my skillet is screaming hot right out of my 400 degree oven. And I put the oil, I just used extra virgin olive oil in the bottom of the pan while it was heating up. And so now we just want to put this in. It's going to give it a nice like crust on the bottom once we pull it out from the oven. So it's going back in at 400 degrees for around 13 minutes. All right, so make sure you're coming in and you're stirring your chili occasionally. And at this point, you can always check for seasonings to see if you want to add some more spice to yours or if you want to just let it go. Okay, I'm gonna give mine a little, it's kind of hot, so be careful. Okay, let's see if mine needs any seasoning. Ooh, no. It's pretty good. I think it's good right now. I'm gonna continue to let it go like this. The video is... All right guys, so I let my chili simmer together for about 45 minutes. And then I took out the bay leaf. I'm going to add some sour cream, some cilantro, and some cheese. I hope you guys enjoy. And as she moved